Do you ever dislike being right? Because I'm kind of in the mood where I'm disliking being right. So let's. I mean, okay. Sometimes I'll say things and I don't know why I say them, but then they end up happening, right? And it's just weird because you don't know it, but you just feel it, right? I'm sure most of you can relate to that feeling, right? So let's break down the track history, okay? For at least the things you guys know. This one, the one I'm going to tell you, doesn't really affect World of Warcraft, but per se me. But okay, let's break down the track history, right? 2 months before Legion was even announced, we made a video, and nobody believed us, right? They were all making fun of us, saying none of the stuff I said could be accurate. And then when they announced Legion, it's like they just took my video and turned it into an expansion, right? It was kind of funny because it was like, I told you so. And then now, then the next thing, right? This was just out of the blue, and I was on my one of my no stories videos. Somebody was mentioning, no. I made a video saying, "What would you do if World of Warcraft vanished?" And there was a comment on that video saying he would cry and go play no stories. And I made a jokingly comment saying something like, "Yeah, but you don't know when no stories is just gonna vanish." And then 5 days later, it vanished. And somebody commented, he's like, "Whoa, you just predicted that pretty much." Which wasn't intentional. I just said that comment out of the blue because you guys know I always reply to comments. And then later, when we were talking about Nosaurus, right? I told you guys, I said, I already know they have the code for the game, so it's not really like it's unknown to them, right? And everybody said I was stupid and I didn't know what I was talking about. And then when Nosaurus met with Blizzard, they announced they had the code, so it was all there. So again, I just say something out of the blue, and then it was right. Well, this one doesn't affect any of you guys or anything, but it's just a funny story I wanted to share because I wanted to tell you guys I will be gone until late on July 1st, right? So I won't be making videos for the next like 3 days. But all right. So let's just break down the story, right? On June 2nd, well, we already knew we were moving around the middle of May, right? We said our landlord had a bigger apartment and we wanted just a slightly bigger one because this one is really small. Like I can see my whole apartment if I just look in that direction. And so this one's just slightly bigger. And in any case, we decided to move, right? So on June 2nd, we're like, oh, we better call because there's even a tradition here in Quebec, right, where I live, and it's called moving day, and it's July 1st, and everybody moves, right? My girl's telling me that. She's like, no, it's a tradition. Nobody moves before that, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, we call our internet provider, and they could set up the internet on June 29th or July 2nd. And I told her, I go, I'm just telling you right now, we should do it on June 29th. She's like, no, there's no way that guy's not going to move before July 1st. It's just not going to happen. And I told her, I was like, you just need to trust me, right? We need to put the internet for June 29th. I was like, we're going to be in that apartment June 29th. She's like, no, we won't. You don't know what you're talking about. She's like, I'm from this place. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't know why, but I'm positive. Please listen to me. Because she never listens to me, right? And I was like, just listen to me this one time, please, woman. And let's do it on June 29th. And she's like, no. And I go, fine. All right. You win. We'll do it for July 2nd. And you know what? When I'm right, you're going to regret it. And sure enough, everything was going smoothly. It was looking like she was right. But then out of the blue, the guy decides to move yesterday. And it's like, oh, don't worry, we can still wait till the 1st to move out. No, guess what? My landlord had already rented our apartment, and he's like, hey, I need to change the floor in there for tile because the woman that I'm renting it to wants tile. So you guys need to move out tomorrow, June 29th. Which means, lo and behold, I don't know why I said it, but I was positive June 29th was the proper option. And we will be moving in there tomorrow. So I will be without internet. Oh, but we did call the internet place, and they were able to move it to July 1st. So at the very least, July 1st, I'll start back coming, being able to come back and do my stuff. But I thought it was funny because I was like, come on, I know this is right. Just listen to me for once. No. She was so certain that she was right. And then it ended up being me. And it's like, now I wish I wasn't right because now I'm going to have to be. And which doesn't bother me, right? I'm just going to end up playing Witcher 3 for the next 3 days while I'm bored. And she was telling me how I can't live without internet, right? She's like, you just love internet too much. You're going to die, aren't you? And I go, no, I'll just play Witcher 3. And she's like, oh. And she started to think, she goes, but I'm not gonna be able to play Fashland. And I was like, you care that much about Fashland? And she's like, I'll just take the laptop and go to get some Wi-Fi so I can play Fashland. I was like, you're that addicted to Fashland, and you were making fun of me because I was complaining that we should be on June 29th, right? She was laughing at me because she's like, you won't die without internet. And she's telling me that she can't live without Fashland. I got nothing against women, right? Because I know a couple of my viewers are women. But sometimes, I don't know, I would consider myself a pretty cooperative person, and usually I'll do anything to avoid arguing. But this one time, I was just like, you need to listen to me, right? It's June 29th. It was June 29th. Oh well, not a big deal. I thought it was funny, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you again soon. And by soon, I mean July 1st, not June 29th. Bye-bye.